Part 1. The first taste. When Earth joined the Galactic Federation, humans were welcomed with curiosity. The Federation was a giant organization made up of hundreds of alien species from across the galaxy. They shared knowledge, technology, and culture. Earth was new, but humans were quick learners and friendly, so most species accepted them. Humans brought many things with them: science, music, stories, but one thing stood out the most: food. At first, no one paid much attention to it. Most aliens thought human food was just another boring cultural item. But Earth's ambassador, Maria Torres, wanted to change that. She believed that food was more than just something you eat. It was an experience, a feeling, and even a connection between species. Maria got permission to open a small food booth on Station Pylora 7, a big space station filled with travelers, merchants, and diplomats from many different planets. The booth was called the Spicy Comet. It was simple, just a few tables, and a cooking unit, but what she cooked would soon shake the entire galaxy. Maria started with basic Earth dishes: chili con carne, buffalo wings, kimchi, and a few others. But she also brought her special weapon, Carolina Reaper hot sauce, made from one of the hottest peppers on Earth. Back on Earth, only spice lovers dared to try it. Even a tiny drop could set your mouth on fire. Maria knew this might be risky for aliens who had never tasted anything like it, so she watered it down just to be safe. One day, a large alien customer approached. He was a Grona, thick-skinned, rock-eating species with a reputation for toughness. His name was Botok, and he was a merchant known for eating things most creatures couldn't chew. "I hear humans have food that burns," Botok said, raising an eyebrow. "Give me your mildest," Maria smiled. "Of course, just a little taste to start." She gave him a single spoonful of chili with a drop of the diluted hot sauce. Botok put it in his mouth. For 3 seconds, nothing happened. Then chaos broke loose. Botok's face turned purple. Steam came out of his breathing gills. Clutched his chest, rolled on the floor, and began yelling in an old, grown language no one had heard in centuries. People thought he was dying. Security robots rushed over. Medics ran in. Maria panicked. But then, something strange happened. Botok stood up. His eyes were watering. His mouth was smoking. And he was smiling. That was incredible, he said, still shaking. "What is this feeling?" "It's like pain, but good pain." "Do you have more?" Maria blinked in surprise. "Ah, yes." Botok laughed. "This is the best thing I've ever eaten." Word spread fast. Within days, aliens from all over the station came to the Spicy Comet to try human food. Some wanted to test their strength, others were just curious. Maria tried to be careful, adjusting spice levels and warning everyone, but most didn't care. They wanted the burn. A group of thin, cold-blooded lizards became obsessed with Jalapeno poppers. They said it helped warm their souls. The Zarnoxians, who lived in ammonia-rich atmospheres, developed filters just so they could taste garlic noodles. It didn't matter how weird or dangerous the food was. Aliens loved it. Some cried, some screamed. Some passed out from the heat. But they always came back for more. Maria was both amazed and worried. "They're not built like us," she told her assistant. "They don't have the same tongues, stomachs, or nerves. We have to slow down." But it was too late. The food booth became so popular that it needed guards to keep order. Lines stretched around the station. Alien chefs from other cultures began asking Maria for recipes. One Rolgar warrior, a huge armored insectoid, ate a spoonful of ghost pepper sauce and immediately collapsed. When he woke up, he said, "I saw the stars dance. Oh, want more." Even the station commander, normally a serious, rule-following officer, was caught sneaking a spicy burrito in the maintenance closet. People began calling Maria the Flamebringer. She didn't know whether to feel proud or scared. Then, the first real accident happened. A Greylock scientist, curious about human food, tried to recreate a spicy chicken dish using alien ingredients. But he added too many local spices, some of which were unstable in oxygen-rich environments. The dish exploded, damaging nearby equipment and shutting down half the station's climate systems for 2 days. The Galactic Federation noticed. Reports started coming in. Aliens becoming addicted to hot sauce. spice causing hallucinations, and food-related accidents rising across stations. What started as a fun experiment had become a serious problem. The Federation's health board issued a culinary hazard warning. Humans were told to pause food sharing until further notice. Maria was called to appear at a Federation hearing. Still, the question spread across the galaxy. Why is Earth food so strong? No one knew yet. But one thing was certain, this wasn't just food anymore. It was a galactic sensation, and a growing threat. "Let me know if you want part 2 explained next in 900 words, he said. "Explain 2 parts in 900 words, write simple and easy understand," ChatGPT said. "Sure, here's part 2 of the story, the Galactic. Federation banned Earth's cuisine for being too dangerous, explained in 900 words. Written in simple and easy-to-understand language. Part 2. Galactic addicts after Batak, the rock-eating alien, survived his first taste of human spice. The news spread like wildfire. Across the galaxy, stories popped up of brave and sometimes foolish aliens trying Earth's food. Some fainted. Some cried. Some saw strange visions. But all of them agreed on one thing. It was amazing. Soon, more and more aliens became curious. Maria Torres, the human ambassador and owner of the food booth The Spicy Comet, tried to warn everyone. "Start slow," she said. "Human food isn't made for alien biology." But no one listened. The line outside her booth on Station Pylora 7 stretched so far that traffic had to be rerouted. The crowd was a mix of species, slimy, furry, feathered, and even robotical, waiting to try something new and exciting. Maria adjusted her recipes for safety. She lowered the spice levels and added signs that read, "Warning, Earth food may cause sweating, crying, and intense joy. Eat at your own risk." Still, things got wild. One Thrina lizard-like alien that preferred cold caves ate a tiny, spicy chicken wing. He froze in place. His skin turned purple. His eyes watered. Then slowly he smiled. "I have never felt such warmth," he said. Inside and outside, the Thrin became obsessed. They called it soul fire and claimed it connected them to their ancestors. They began forming spice-tasting clubs. Some even altered their body temperature just so they could handle more. Next came the Zarnaxians, tall, blue-skinned aliens who breathed ammonia. They couldn't eat human food directly, so they invented special breathing masks with built-in flavor filters that allowed them to taste Earth's food without dying. They were hooked in days. A new black market started forming. Aliens began sneaking away with spice packets, hot sauce, chili oil, curry powder. Some even smuggled full dishes in vacuum containers to bring home. A Rolger warrior, giant and strong, once ate a bowl of spicy noodles. He passed out for an hour. When he woke up, he shouted, "I fought a dragon in my dreams and it fed me these noodles." A Varnari diplomat, small and soft-skinned, tried a teaspoon of vindaloo curry. He collapsed and had a 5-minute vision where he claimed to see the beginning and end of time. After recovering, he said it was the best moment of his life. Things got even crazier. A group of Grelic scientists, eager to copy human flavors, tried to make their own version of Nashville hot chicken. But their ingredients reacted badly with oxygen and heat. The result? The food caught fire, melted through the table, and damaged a wall. One station's environment systems failed because of a spicy oil spill. The smell was so strong that nearby, plants grew faster just to get away from it. Medical centers reported an increase in spice-related problems. Tongue burns, stomach bloating, temporary blindness from wasabi exposure, and even addiction-like behavior. Maria tried to help. She handed out care kits with milk, sugar cubes, and instructions. If it burns too much, don't panic. Drink milk, not water. By now, Earth's food had taken on a life of its own. People weren't just eating it for the taste. They were eating it for the thrill. Some said it made them feel alive. Others said it was the closest thing to spiritual awakening. More and more, alien species were discovering their bodies could adapt slowly, but in the meantime, they risked everything for one more bite. On backwater planets, alien youth began daring each other to try the Inferno, a dish made from ghost peppers, kimchi, and extra Reaper sauce. Some ended up in medical pods for hours, but still smiled afterward. Spice smugglers popped up on multiple worlds. They carried tiny bottles of hot sauce and whispered code words like Dragon's Breath or Red Storm. They traded sauces for credits, tech, or favors. One famous smuggler and alien named Krull was caught trying to sneak 5 gallons of homemade chili onto a diplomatic ship. His excuse? It's for research. Meanwhile, Earth's cultural exchange program was being flooded with requests, not for art, music, or science, but for recipes. The Federation's health board grew alarmed. They launched investigations. They interviewed dozens of aliens, from janitors to generals. The results shocked them. One alien said after Earth food, "I can't go back to boiled grack leaves. It's like tasting colors for the first time." Another said, "It hurt, but it healed something inside me. I don't know what." One even wrote, "I would give up my rank, my ship, and my mate for a single spoonful of that fire stew." Health Board released an official warning: Earth cuisine may cause addiction, hallucinations, and psychological changes in non-human species. Consumption is strongly discouraged. Maria was summoned to the Galactic Council for a hearing. She wasn't surprised. Deep down, she knew this would happen. She had warned them. But now, she had to face the full power of the Galactic Federation. She prepared her speech. The line at the spicy comet still stretched around the corner. A young alien held a sign. One bite before the ban. Part 3. The hearing. The Galactic Federation had seen many problems in its long history: wars, plagues, and even black holes, but it had never expected trouble from something as simple as food. And yet, Earth's spicy cuisine had become a galaxy-wide issue. Aliens were fainting, hallucinating, starting cults, and even changing their biology. All because of hot sauce and spicy noodles. The Federation had no choice. They called for an emergency meeting at the High Council chambers on Galaxis Prime, the capital planet of the Federation. Earth's ambassador, Maria Torres, was summoned. To defend humanity, she wore a simple black suit and carried a small bottle of hot sauce in her bag, just in case someone asked for a sample. But deep down, she knew this wouldn't be easy. The chamber was massive, with floating seats arranged in circles. Each species had a representative. Some were tall and thin, others short and furry, some covered in scales, others in feathers. They all looked serious. At the center sat the Dronak speaker, the leader of the council. With glowing eyes and a long neck, he tapped a crystal to begin the hearing. "Ambassador Torres," the speaker said in a deep, echoing voice, "we are here today because your world's food is causing chaos across the galaxy." Maria stepped forward. "With respect, Speaker, Earth's food is part of our culture. We never forced anyone to eat it. They chose to." "That may be," replied a furry alien delegate, "but your spices have caused over 400 medical emergencies on 23 stations. One Zarnaxian fainted for 3 days after licking your spicy chip." "I warned them," Maria said calmly. "Our food is powerful. It's about balance, joy and pain, fire and flavor." A lizard-like Thrin delegate stood. "My people call it soul fire. We honor your dishes. They connect us to something ancient. We beg you, don't take this from us." But not everyone agreed. A jellyfish-like delegate from the planet Grothin floated angrily. "This is not food, it is biological warfare. One of my crew lost his sense of taste permanently after a curry tasting." A few delegates nodded. Some pulled out reports pages filled with incidents. A chef's stove exploded while trying to fry peppers in zero gravity. A diplomat entered a trance state after eating ghost pepper ice cream. A group of monks from the planet Uru claimed that kimchi unlocked a flavor portal to another dimension. The council buzzed with noise. Some delegates shouted in support of Earth food. Others demanded a total ban. Suddenly, the Zarnaxian delegate rose and held up a bottle of sriracha. "My people were born in clouds of ammonia. We were not built to eat Earth food. And yet we changed. We evolved. This sauce brought us passion. We now understand why humans cry when they eat. It is beauty. More chaos followed. Some delegates clapped. Others groaned. The Dronax speaker raised his crystal again. Enough. The room went quiet. Ambassador Torres, he said slowly. Do you understand the danger your cuisine presents? Maria nodded. Yes, I do. Then explain why we shouldn't ban it. Maria took a deep breath. We humans are strange, yes. We like things that hurt a little, that challenge us. Food for us is not just about survival, it's about feeling alive. We laugh when it burns. We cry when it's too much. And still, we take another bite. She paused and looked around. I saw a Rolger warrior cry after eating chili. Not from pain, but from joy. He said it reminded him of his childhood. I saw a Zarnaxian, who never tasted before, learn to love. I saw enemies share a plate and become friends. She pulled out the bottle from her bag and held it up. This is not just sauce. It's connection. If the Federation truly believes in unity, then banning our food would be like banning art or music or laughter. The room fell silent. Then the speaker leaned forward. This council has heard enough. Later that day, the council released its decision. Earth's cuisine is officially classified as a Class 5 culinary hazard. All hot sauces, peppers, and spicy dishes are to be restricted and removed from public areas. A full ban on Earth's extreme food is now active across all member planets. The news. Hard spice lovers protested in the streets. Alien chefs cried. Black markets grew stronger overnight. Maria felt torn. She had tried to protect her culture. But now, her food had been labeled too dangerous for the galaxy. Still, as she walked out of the chamber, something unexpected happened. The Thrin delegate caught up to her and slipped her a tiny package. Inside was a homemade dumpling. It's very spicy. Illegal now. He smiled and whispered, for the soul. Maria smiled back. The spice war wasn't over, it was just beginning. Part 4. The Rebellion of Taste After. The Galactic Federation officially banned Earth's spicy cuisine. Everything changed. Ambassador Maria Torres was heartbroken. She had worked so hard to share human food with the galaxy, she believed it could bring joy, connection, and understanding between species. But now, it was labeled as too dangerous. Her booth, the Spicy Comet, was shut down by station guards. Her sauces, peppers, and recipes were taken away and locked in sealed vaults. Posters were put up on every planet and space station. Warning: Earth spices ban possession is illegal. But the ban didn't stop anyone. In fact, it made things worse. Just like how humans once smuggled forbidden chocolate or banned books. Aliens across the galaxy began to secretly trade human food. A black market quickly formed. It was called the Underground Kitchen. Smugglers, rebels, and spice lovers created secret clubs and hidden restaurants deep inside old cargo ships, asteroid tunnels, and even space garbage collectors. These places served dishes like Reaper salsa burritos, firecracker dumplings, sizzling noodle bowls, ghost pepper fried rice. Some dishes were so spicy that medics had to stand by in case someone passed out. The group running this movement called themselves the Flame Tongues. They were made up of humans and aliens who refused to give up their love of Earth's flavor. Their motto was simple: we eat, therefore we feel. Maria, though officially still an ambassador, quietly joined the Flame Tongues. She helped organize safe cooking zones and trained alien chefs. How to prepare food carefully. Her message was clear. You don't have to fear the flame. You just have to respect it. On the planet Graxel, a young alien named Zerka hosted a secret spice party in an abandoned storage dome. He served a dish called Galactic Vindaloo to 20 guests. Some cried, some danced, and one saw the meaning of life in a spoonful of curry. On Station V9, a robot named FIZZ241, who wasn't even built to eat, modified his system to taste chili oil. After trying it, he added a special line of code to his memory. This is what joy tastes like. On the jungle planet Oranax, a local leader banned all human influence. But one of his guards secretly ate a spicy burrito and became the most powerful warrior in the region, able to run faster, lift more, and feel no fear. He called the burrito his battle blessing. Across the stars, stories like this spread. Spice became more than food. It became a symbol of freedom, feeling. The turning point came on Galaxis Prime, the very heart of the Galactic Federation. Inside the massive Federation headquarters, things were tense. Many leaders believed the spice crisis was over. They thought their ban had worked. They were wrong. One afternoon, without warning, a group of high-ranking officials and chefs stormed the central dining hall. But instead of attacking, they did something even more shocking. They set up tables. They unpacked pots, pans, and dishes, and they cooked. It was called the curry coup. Ambassadors, guards, staff were stunned as the smell of sizzling garlic, chili, and buttered chicken filled the air. The rebels served spicy gumbo, red-hot stew, jalapeno snacks, and bowls of ramen so powerful they made you cry tears of joy. One alien delegate, who had voted for the ban, tasted a spoonful of spicy biryani and immediately dropped his papers. This is truth, he whispered. People lined up. No one stopped them. A message was broadcast across the galaxy. We choose flavor over fear. The Federation couldn't hide the truth anymore. Maria, watching from a hidden flame, tongue's base, smiled when she saw the news. She knew this was the moment everything would change. More stations joined the rebellion. On planet Vorta, students painted murals of chili peppers and called them fire flowers. On Station X7, a former health inspector opened an underground noodle shop and called it Illegal Delights. On Orbital Hypothetian, a group of engineers replaced the emergency rations with spicy meatballs everywhere. The same message was shared. Earth's food isn't a danger, it's a gift. Even aliens who had never tried spice before became curious. They wanted to know what made humans risk everything for a simple bite. Federation leaders panicked, but it was too late. The flavor had already spread. You couldn't erase it now. One day, Maria received a message. It came from a very old and respected Federation elder. The message was short. We need to talk, I think. I understand now. Maria closed the message and whispered to herself, the fire is catching. The ban had failed, not because of war or violence, but because taste cannot be controlled. Across the galaxy, from icy moons to desert planets, beings of every shape and size were learning the same lesson. Some burns are worth it. And in every corner of space, someone, somewhere, was whispering the words, careful, it's spicy. Part 5. The Treaty of the Tongue. The Galactic Federation had failed to stop Earth's food, even after banning spicy dishes, closing restaurants, and warning every planet. The fire only spread faster. More and more aliens secretly tried human food. And many didn't just like it, they loved it. They said it made them feel emotions they never had before. They said it connected them to others. And more than anything, they didn't want to stop. The movement grew too big to ignore, and so Federation finally gave in. They called for one last meeting this time, not a courtroom or punishment hearing. This meeting was called the Treaty of the Tongue. It would decide the future of Earth's cuisine. The final gathering, the meeting, took place on Station Harmonis, a peaceful, neutral zone known for its quiet gardens and honest talks. Maria Torres arrived with hope in her heart. After everything that happened after the ban, the underground food revolution, the curry coup, she had one goal left: to make peace through food. This time, she didn't come alone. Behind her stood 10 alien chefs and food lovers from all across the galaxy, a Thrin fire tongue, who could now handle ghost pepper curry like a champion, a Zarnaxian noodle master, who built his own flavor filters to enjoy Earth spices, a Groln baker, who added chili flakes to stone bread, a robot named Fizzy241, who had downloaded over 1,000 Earth recipes and created spicy ice cream for machines. These were the new voice of the galaxy's taste. Maria speaks again. The council sat quietly as Maria stepped forward.
Ooh.
She wore the same black suit from her first hearing, but this time She had a proud smile. "We came here once before," she said, "and Earth food was banned. You said it was dangerous, and you sit as it burns. It bites, it overwhelms. But that's not a reason to fear it. That's a reason to learn from it." She looked around the room. Many of the leaders who once voted for the ban were now eating spicy snacks behind closed doors. She knew. Earth food is not just fuel, it's feeling. It's passion, pain, and joy mixed into one. You've seen the truth. You can't stop flavor. You can only choose how to share it. Then she raised a small cup filled with spicy soup. To the brave who tasted, to the strong who burned, and to the future that learns. To chew carefully. The room was quiet. And then, slowly, applause filled the air. The decision after hours of discussion. The council finally agreed. They passed a new law. Earth food would no longer be banned. Instead, it would be placed under a new category in the Galactic Code: extreme. Cuisine. Human classed this, meant human food was allowed, but only in special culinary zones, where medics, translators, and food trainers were nearby. Everyone had to read warning signs before eating. Chefs needed licenses. Ingredients had to be handled with care. It was still dangerous, but it was also respected. The treaty was signed by 312 species, with others joining later, became known as the Treaty of the Tongue and Taste We Trust, the first galactic food academy to teach aliens how to cook and enjoy Earth food safely. The Federation built the first interstellar food academy on Mars. Maria became its head instructor. Aliens traveled from every corner of the galaxy to learn how to boil pasta, fry chicken, grill steaks, and most importantly, balance spice. Classes were intense, tears were common, but so were smiles. Students would scream, drink milk, and then shout again. After every dish, they called it flavor training. It changed their lives. Cultural explosions soon. Aliens didn't just copy Earth food. They mixed it with their own. On the desert planet Carthuan, alien spices were added to tacos, creating the Inferno wrap. On the ice moon Veltra, frozen wasabi snacks became a hit. On Zarnax's 12th Street, vendors sold spicy noodle cubes that doubled as hand warmers. Even space pirates started trading pepper sauces instead of gold. In some places, chili powder became more valuable than rare gems. A new food festival began, the Fire Feast, held every year on Station Harmonis, where humans and aliens competed to create the hottest and tastiest dishes in the galaxy. Maria was the guest of honor every year. They called her the Flamebringer. One bite for the future. Years later, a young alien child asked Maria, "Why did your food change the galaxy?" She smiled and gave the child a tiny spoonful of mild curry. The child tasted it. His eyes lit up. "Wow, what is this?" Maria laughed gently. "It's flavor," she said. "It's home. It's how we say hello without words." And just like that, the child took another bite. Final words. The galaxy had learned an important lesson. Not all danger comes from weapons. Sometimes it comes from a kitchen. And sometimes that's a good thing. From Earth to the stars, the phrase became famous across every world. Careful, spicy.